is there an affair because of certain symptoms? You know, and is it different for a man, different for a woman?
Here's what I'm so fascinated about. When I first came into therapy, I was looking forward to helping the women that might be having an affairs because their husbands are so bad to them, they're so abusive, they're so toxic. Only women that I see cheating are ones with nice guys. That's it. They're the only ones. I've never seen a woman cheat on toxic men. They come to me with these toxic men that are really hostile and not nice and a bit mean to them. I'm like, I'll help you cheat. Please cheat. And I'm like, come to me. I know great men. Please cheat. And she's like, no, I could never do that to him. I'm like, he's so mean to you. But the women that are with men that are submissive, too tolerant, don't have their voice, have lost their identity, who are just super, super complimentary to her all the time, just always trying to get her attention, needy, they are the ones that cheat. Because they need sexual excitement to be aroused by a man that's constantly praising you, constantly giving you compliments, constantly needing your attention, constantly emotionally available, constantly feminine. She's the one that cheats. And that's where I was so shocked. I was like thinking it was going to be the other way around, but I realized, and that's when I started changing and I started saying, if you're getting cheated on, it's your fault because there's something in your masculinity that's broken.
And that's a great way to look at it anyways, because ultimately it is your fault, right? It takes two to tango in a relationship. And pointing the finger at one person or the other, it's never that.
And then it doesn't explain the fact why the men that do get cheated on every relationship they're in. Okay. Yeah, so obviously they are the common denominator. And there's women that do that as well. It's every relationship they're in. And the key ingredient with people who get cheated on in every single relationship that they're in is they have such a naivety about the opposite gender. They think the opposite gender thinks the way they think. So they think, oh, like I'll have women that would be like, oh, we haven't had sex in about 2.5 years, but he never asked for it, so I didn't know. I didn't think it was a problem. Like, he's going to do something. Or the man would say, oh, no, she would never cheat on me. She would never. I know she goes out all the time and she comes home late and she is an alcoholic, but she would never cheat. She just doesn't like cheaters. I'm like, she doesn't like you cheating, but her behavior suggests otherwise. So they have this naivety where they trust their partner's words over their partner's actions. Even if other people have warned them, even if there's so much evidence, even if they've seen things, they trust their partner's words over reality. And that's what causes people to get cheated on all the time.
And they assume that they think the same way they think.
They think just because they would never cheat, they think their partner would never cheat.
Right. Okay. And men and women think differently anyways.
Yeah, humans think differently. Yeah, like some people would cheat, like even regardless of who they're with, and other people, they could hate their partner, but they're just not unfaithful by design.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside I view is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
You've said things about cheating. You've said that I think if a man cheats, there's a possibility that a relationship can be saved.
Yes.
But if a woman cheats, there's no possibility
Yes.
it can be saved. Another bold statement by Sadia Khan.
So, but I don't see how it's bold when we've lived in polygamous societies all throughout generations where men have had 5 wives and women have like not had many men. That's very rare that we find that. So the fact that that's a bold statement when it's so culturally true, I just find it bizarre. But here's the key difference. We don't necessarily lose respect for a man doesn't necessarily lose all respect for a woman if she accepts that. They might continue in this, that, and the other, but the key thing is men don't need women to be strong. They don't need her to be possessive. They don't need her to be protective. They don't need those qualities in a woman because they're supposed to be bringing that to the table. So if she forgives him for cheating, yes, there might still be some disrespect. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but they don't lose what they fundamentally need from a woman. Women fundamentally need men who are more alpha, who are more masculine, who are more protective, who are more possessive, because that protects women. These are all protective traits. So if I don't have a man with those traits, I'm not safe in his company. So if he knows knows, like, this even goes as far as, like, let's say, for example, I go to a restaurant and somebody's like coming and trying to talk to me and whispering in my ear. I'd expect my husband to say something. I wouldn't expect him to be like, well, you look like you were okay. And I'd expect him to say, excuse me, like, can you just, make some space? That's what we crave in a man. Men don't crave that in a woman. So when you accept a woman cheating, what she learns is you have none of those traits. You don't even mind a man inseminating himself into your woman. If that doesn't make you turn away from this woman, if that doesn't put you off, and in some men it actually makes her want them more, she's going to automatically think you're not a man. She might in the moment be really grateful. She might be like, thank God, blah, blah, this, that, and the other. But two things happen. Firstly, she's only with you because the person she cheated with didn't want something serious. Second thing is, in the long run, she'll learn there is 0 deal breakers in this relationship. He will accept anything. He might make my life a bit difficult. He might be different, but really, he's naive and he'll accept any behavior. And I can't respect a man like that. Nor would you want a man like that. No, you don't actually want men like that. You don't want weak men like that. You want men that say, actually, no, that's disrespectful. I don't want it. Now, similarly, I would argue men appreciate women who don't accept cheating. I know that they're more likely to do it and more likely to happen, but I still think men prefer women who have the ability to say that's not acceptable. They at least need something. But when they know that it's totally acceptable, they also need some leash on them. Do you agree or not agree?
No, I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
Because one time I did say to my husband, I was like, do you want a second wife? I actually don't mind it in the long run. I actually might be like, in 10 years' time, leave me alone, go find another one. And he's like, how could you say that to me? Do you not love me? How could you even joke like that? And I was thinking, is that a dream come true? Especially for you, I thought it would be a dream come true. But I think it's like more of a case of people who respect themselves like partners who respect themselves. And so they don't want a doormat. They want somebody who respects themselves because they respect themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a good thing.
It's always a
But
good
who
thing.
knows? Maybe you'll convince him over time.
Yeah, when I'm tired and my back is broken, you're going somewhere else. I don't care.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.